Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, the ceasefire with Iran under pressure, a major development in the case of the woman missing in the Bahamas, sounding an AI alarm, and hole-in-one fun at Augusta. Breaking news. Iran claims the critical Strait of Hormuz is now open. This morning, more questions as the fragile ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran is tested, plus the impact on markets, oil, and gas prices.
Breaking overnight. The husband of the American woman missing in the Bahamas now arrested, hours after breaking his silence on Lynette's disappearance. Now what he's saying about the allegations, plus what Lynette's daughter told us and the voicemail she shared from him.
Also breaking overnight, in the case of the doctor accused of trying to kill his wife.
We, the jury in this case, finds the defendant guilty of attempted manslaughter based upon extreme mental or emotional disturbance.
Why the jury convicted him of that lesser charge. The reaction from the courtroom. Dana Abrams breaks it down.
Guilty plea in the Gilgo Beach serial killer case. Suburban father and New York City architect Rex Schuerman admits to killing 8 young women. Victims' families there.
It definitely felt like a weight had been lifted off of me.
And what his ex-wife said after court.
Arson arrest.
There goes your inventory.
Police investigating this video appearing to show the start of a massive fire.
All you had to do was pay us enough to live.
Paper products from Scott, Kleenex, Huggies, fueling the inferno, destroying the warehouse.
Sounding the AI alarm. Experts warning what could happen if Anthropic's new model gets in the wrong hands.
Over the moon, the Artemis II crew in the home stretch.
That was kind of the pinnacle moment of the mission for me.
And now preparing for one of the most dangerous parts of the voyage as we count down to splashdown.
April Fools? What Home Depot just launched for Halloween in spring? They're going bigger than ever. And the joy at the Masters is no joke.
Oh, don't do it!
We're swinging into Thursday. Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Thursday. Good morning, America. Good morning, America. Those hole-in-ones, George, looked like when I played with you last time, man. 2 or 3 in one round. That's what I'm talking about. But we're going to have much more.
We're supposed to be delivering the news.
It was great news when I watched it.
That's the word on the street,
yeah.
right?
But we're going to talk about the Masters later on in the show. I'm so excited. It's going to be a great Masters.
Always
this year.
is. Plus, we're taking you inside Buckingham Palace. First look at the new exhibit that's focusing on Queen Elizabeth II.
First, breaking news on the war with Iran. Iran is now claiming that the critical Strait of Hormuz is open, including to American ships. We're going to have the latest from the region, how markets are reacting to the update, and the outlook for gas prices. Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce starts us off. Good morning, Mary.
Yeah, George, lots of uncertainty here. Iran reopening the Strait of Hormuz certainly is welcome news for this administration. That was President Trump's top demand for this ceasefire. But this truce is being tested by Israel's continued attacks against Lebanon. And now Tehran says unless those strikes stop, negotiations to end this war could be meaningless. After refusing to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, Iran this morning announcing that the critical waterway is now open as the ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran remains fragile.
The Strait of Hormuz is open, but of course, each tankers and each vessel should make necessary arrangements with the Iranian authorities to be able to securely pass the strait.
Reopening the strait was President Trump's top demand for this truce, but Iran says the U.S. is not holding up its end of the deal. The point of contention: ongoing Israeli strikes against Hezbollah targets in Lebanon. Iran accusing the U.S. of going back on what they claim is a key element of the ceasefire, that Israel stop these strikes. But the U.S. and Israel say Lebanon wasn't part of the deal. The vice president, who is now leading negotiations and eager to tout this truce, says the ceasefire is, quote, in a good spot. He's chalking it up to a, quote, misunderstanding.
I think the Iranians thought that the ceasefire included Lebanon, and it just didn't. We never made that promise. We never indicated that was going to be the case.
Talks are set to begin this weekend in Pakistan, but this morning, the Iranian president says continued Israeli strikes against Lebanon will render negotiations meaningless, adding our hands will remain on the trigger. Overnight, President Trump also trying to increase the pressure, posting all U.S. forces will remain in place in and around Iran until a lasting agreement is reached. If it's not, he's warning the shootin' starts bigger and better and stronger than anyone has ever seen before. Uncertainty now looming over negotiations as huge questions remain, including who will ultimately control the strait. Before the war, ships could pass through free of charge. Now the president is suggesting the U.S. and Iran could work together to collect tolls, potentially giving Iran more power over the global economy. Now, the other big point of contention that will have to be negotiated is how will the U.S. ensure that Iran doesn't develop a nuclear weapon going forward? That was the president's stated goal for starting this war in the first place. The administration now says that Iran will either have to turn over its stockpile of enriched uranium or the U.S. will simply take it. Now, again, negotiations were set to begin Saturday in Pakistan, but now the future of these talks is up in the air. Robin.
Still so many questions there. All right. Thank you, Mary. For the latest on the Israeli strikes in Lebanon, let's go to Chief Foreign Correspondent Ian Pannell on the scene for us there in Israel. Good morning to you, Ian.
Yeah, good morning, Robin. It's day 2 of this ceasefire, and frankly, it's already looking shaky. The Iranian regime claiming the temporary agreement to halt hostilities has already been violated, in particular by escalating Israeli attacks against Iranian-backed militia Hezbollah in Lebanon. Vice President Vance is insisting that Lebanon was never part of the ceasefire agreement, but Iran and mediators Pakistan have both said a ceasefire in Lebanon is part of the agreement. Iran's foreign minister speaking today, saying that the Strait of Hormuz is now open to vessels, including American-flagged vessels, but the reality on the ground is that a limited number of ships are managing to get through. Meanwhile, Israel launching its largest attack against Hezbollah so far this morning. The Lebanese Health Ministry saying at least 200 people were killed and 1,000 wounded. Iran now threatening it will retaliate if these attacks on Lebanon don't stop. And we've seen Hezbollah strike Israel today with multiple rockets. But Prime Minister Netanyahu insisting he must defend the country from these attacks. Despite the ongoing tension and also the rhetoric that we're hearing right now, the chances are we'll see talks in the coming days. Michael.
All right, Ian, thank you so much for that. We really appreciate your reporting. Stocks soared on the ceasefire agreement while oil fell. How long until you see some relief at the pump? Chief Economics Correspondent Rebecca Jarvis is at a gas station with the latest. Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning, Michael. And we're going to get to those gas prices here at the pump in just a minute. But this morning, stocks are fractionally lower, and that is with the Strait of Hormuz technically open, but effectively still shut. We're not seeing a lot of tankers go through it yet, and it all comes on the heels of yesterday's big gains, the best day for the Dow since last year, with stocks up more than 1,300 points. The S&P 500, that's what's in most retirement savings accounts, that was up 2.5%. Meantime, oil prices, they plunged yesterday, but this morning they are now just below $100 a barrel. And for consumers, we're not quite celebrating this yet. In addition to higher airfare, major airlines are increasing their baggage fees. This morning, Southwest is raising their baggage fee by $10. Delta and United are doing the same, both signaling that they anticipate higher fuel costs for a longer period of time. At the pump today, you're seeing prices at $4.16 on average nationwide. But there's an old saying when it comes to gasoline prices: they go up like a rocket and they come down like a feather. You won't see much cheaper prices for a while, George.
Okay, Rebecca, thanks very much. We're going to turn now to Artemis 2, preparing to re-enter Earth's atmosphere ahead of the planned splashdown tomorrow. The crew spoke about the mission overnight, and Sam has the details. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, America. So Friday is finally home day, and the crew members really only have one more day to reflect on their mission while they're still in space.
This morning, the Artemis 2 crew gets closer to Earth, and we enter a dangerous phase of the mission. Re-entry, 5,000-degree temperatures and a heat shield that must stay intact, better than Artemis 1.
There's so much data that you've seen already, but all the good stuff is coming back with us.
Now, the crew reflecting on their journey and the stunning images of the Earth and Moon. Commander Reed Weissman saying one of the most powerful and emotional experiences was his crewmates, naming an uncharted lunar crater after his late wife, Carol.
That was kind of the pinnacle moment of the mission for me. That was, I think, where the four of us were the most forged, the most bonded.
NASA's critical focus now, 1, re-entry. 2, a successful splashdown for the history-making crew. And upon their return, the crew is ready to help shape the next missions to the moon.
This is a relay race. In fact, we have batons that we bought to symbolize physically that. We plan to hand them to the next crew, and every single thing that we do is with them in mind.
And waking up to music may be a new trend. You may have heard that a wake-up song starts each day of the mission. Yesterday was Queen and David Bowie's Under Pressure, Under Pressure. Exactly right. They've also played John Legend, and my personal favorite wake-up song was Chapel Roan's Pink Pony Club. Come on. Well, those songs are turning into a cultural moment here on Earth. As people head to Spotify's official playlist, the songs are exploding online. The first track, Sleepyhead by Young and Sick, seeing more than 2,000% increase in global streams. So have you chosen your wake-up song?
You two don't want to try to sing
No, we're not going to subject America to that again, but thank you. Thank you for asking. Thank you, Sam. All right, we're going to move on now. Breaking news overnight out of the Bahamas. In the case of the American woman whose husband said she fell overboard while boating, he has now been arrested. Victor Oquendo is in the Bahamas with the latest for us. Good morning to you, Victor.
Good morning, Robin. Several breaking developments here overnight. Bahamian police have arrested Brian Hooker. They brought him in for questioning. And the U.S. Coast Guard says that they are opening a criminal investigation. All of this centered around the disappearance of Brian's wife, Lynette Hooker.
This morning, the husband of missing American mom Lynette Hooker now arrested in connection with her disappearance. Bahamian officials confirming 59-year-old Brian Hooker was taken into custody Wednesday evening and is now being questioned in connection with this matter, but so far not facing any charges. Brian originally telling police he and his wife left Elbow Key Saturday evening on an 8.5-foot dinghy, heading to their boat called Soulmate, but they encountered poor weather and Lynette fell overboard along with the boat key. Brian said he paddled to Marsh Harbor, alerting authorities to her disappearance at 4 a.m. Sunday. Lynette's daughter, Carly, telling ABC News she had doubts about that story.
The story is a little sketchy to me. I don't feel like she would just fall out or bounce out. It's just not adding up to me, so I would just like a thorough investigation to happen.
His lawyer says Brian categorically denies the allegations made against him. On Wednesday, Brian releasing a statement on Facebook, writing in part, "I am heartbroken over the recent boat accident that caused my beloved Lynette to fall from our small dinghy. Despite desperate attempts to reach her, the winds and currents drove us further apart." Authorities say they found this flotation device Brian says he tried to use to save her. Lynette's daughter, Carly, sharing this voicemail she says he left her about it.
"Hello, honey. I just got a call from Hopetown Search and Rescue, and they have found a flotation device that I threw to Mom when she fell overboard, and so they haven't found her yet, but they can now focus all of their efforts in a smaller area."
The Coast Guard and Bahamian officials searching by land, sea, and sky for Lynette using drones and divers. On Wednesday, the investigation turning into a criminal one as federal authorities announced they were looking into any wrongdoing involved in Lynette's disappearance. The U.S. Coast Guard leading the probe. Carly says she is thankful for their involvement as she and her family search for answers.
I just want to know the truth so I can get some closure.
At this time, Brian Hooker has not been charged. His attorney telling ABC News that he was transported to Freeport overnight. While we don't know why, we know that there are courts in Freeport that could handle a case like this. Michael?
All right, Victor, thank you. I'm going to turn now to the guilty plea in the Gilgo Beach murders. Rex Heuermann admitting to murdering 8 young women in a string of killings that went unsolved for 2 decades. Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Katersky is here with more. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning, Michael. Rex Heuermann appeared to smirk as he stood in a hushed courtroom and pleaded guilty.
This morning, the man who haunted Long Island for more than 3 decades stands convicted as the Gilgo Beach serial killer.
After discussions with your lawyer, you feel it's in your best interest to plead guilty rather than go to trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Rex Heuermann, a suburban father and New York City architect, pleading guilty, admitting he led a secret life, soliciting sex from young women, strangling 8 of them, and dumping their bodies near the beach. Families of victims packed the courtroom. Lily Waterman was 3 when Heuermann killed her mother, Megan.
Hearing him admit that he killed my mom and all those other girls, it definitely felt like a weight had been lifted off of me.
The killer was arrested in 2023 after investigators matched DNA from pizza crust in the trash outside of his office to hair found on burlap used to wrap some of the victims. The 62-year-old Hewerman initially pleaded not guilty, changing his mind just a few months before trial.
I think he was done, and I think
done with the defending himself.
Done with he wanted this to come to a conclusion. That's just my impression.
Hewerman's ex-wife and daughter watched him plead guilty and appeared outside court.
My thoughts and prayers are with the victims and their families. Their loss is immeasurable, and the focus should be on them at this time and moment.
Hewerman will never leave prison. He must cooperate, too, with the FBI so investigators can study the mind of this monstrous serial killer. George?
Aaron Katersky, thanks. Now to a new alarm from an AI titan. The company Anthropic has announced that it will not release a new tool to the public over fears that it could spark a catastrophic attack if it falls into the wrong hands. Elizabeth Schultze has the story. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning, George. You've probably heard of Anthropic's AI tool called Claude. Well, now the company says its latest model, Claude Mythos, is too powerful to be released to the public.
This morning, artificial intelligence experts are sounding the alarm after AI giant Anthropic revealed a new model called Mythos that it says is too powerful to release to the public.
Imagine a world where everyone had a nuclear bazooka, basically.
In a blog post, Anthropic saying, during our testing, we found that Mythos Preview is capable of identifying and then exploiting zero-day vulnerabilities in every major operating system and every major web browser when directed by a user to do so. And in something out of a sci-fi movie, Mythos was placed in a secure environment with no internet access and managed to break out.
During testing, Claude Mythos Preview broke out of a sandbox environment, built a moderately sophisticated multi-step exploit to gain internet access, and emailed a researcher while they were eating a sandwich in the park.
Experts say in the wrong hands, this technology could be used to exploit electric grids, hospitals, even military systems. Now, instead of releasing Mythos to the public, Anthropic is giving it to a handful of companies, including Amazon, Google, and Apple. They say the goal is to allow them to patch holes in their cybersecurity before they're exploited.
Some of the companies getting access to Claude Mythos are actually Anthropic's competitors. Anthropic claims in that testing, the model found thousands of bugs and software defects in existing operating systems and browsers, and that some of those vulnerabilities had been undiscovered for decades, guys.
So alarming there. All right, Elizabeth, thank you. Now to the Masters, getting underway in Georgia with elite golfers eyeing the highly coveted green jacket. Lara has a preview of all the action.
It's here, everybody. More than 40,000 fans expected to pour through the gates of Augusta, and yet it will be so quiet you could hear a woodpecker think as they watch the world's best golfers play Augusta National for the Masters. Defending champion Rory McIlroy looking to win back-to-back green jackets. But before the action officially gets underway, some fun was had at Wednesday's par 3 contest. The irons came out swinging with a hole-in-one bonanza. 4 players got hole-in-ones during the pre-game tournament. Their families out there joining them on the green for the event. 2-time winner Scotty Scheffler had his little ones in tow. His son Bennett matching dad's form and ready to play with that tiny blue club. And here's a good duo. Bryson DeChambeau brought Kevin Hart along as his caddy. What could go wrong here? Hart warmed up on the range with a few swings. He joked that he was ready to step in if DeChambeau's performance wasn't up to snuff.
Oh, boy.
2 big names notably missing this year for the first time since 1994. Phil Mickelson and Tiger Woods will not be on the course. Woods has checked himself into rehab following that DUI arrest, while Mickelson's rep says he is skipping the tournament for personal reasons. You can catch the Masters on ESPN Plus and ESPN all day long, guys.
Did you see George? He was like this watching the video. He was just like getting some tips or something there?
Studying the swing.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
You're a woodpecker thing?
Thank you, George.
It's an old adage that I just made up.
I was going to say, I've never heard that one before. All right, great job.
Inside joke.
All right, coming up, Trevor Ault had the latest on the Hawaii doctor accused of trying to kill his wife. Trevor?
Good morning, Michael. So Dr. Koenig has been found guilty, but not of attempted murder. I'm going to explain what that means, what his reaction was in court, and we'll hear from the jury foreperson. That's all coming up on GMA.
Dan Abrams also standing by to break down that case. And also had the ketamine queen sentenced the one who provided the lethal dose of the drug that led to Matthew Perry's death.
And the home improvement giant going big on Halloween in April.
Coming up, our GMA Home Run Road Trip stops in Philly with Will Gans.
Oh, nice.
And we'll be right back.
Barkley down.
He's Barkley down, boy. Oh, Barkley looks like he's getting aggressive.
Well, that was a fun moment. A couple of years ago, Shaquille O'Neal in our studio with Skelly's dog, the popular Home Depot Halloween decoration. And even though it is only April, Home Depot says it's time to start thinking about Halloween. More on that ahead.
April?
I know.
Okay, first new at 7:30. At least one person killed, 2 others unaccounted for after a parking garage under construction collapsed in Philadelphia. Doorbell video captures the moment, floor by floor. Crews are searching for the 2 additional people believed to be trapped under the rubble. A driver hit a school bus head-on as a group of children crossed the street in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. As silver car slowly approached and hit the front driver's side, the driver narrowly missed those children by a matter of seconds.
Wow.
Police say the driver backed up and drove away. No one was hurt, thank goodness, but police are searching for the driver. And returning Jeopardy champion Jamie Dean came from behind in Final Jeopardy to win his 19th day in a row, tied for the 8th most victories in show history. His winnings now total almost $540,000. He goes for win 20 today.
Wow. Well, good luck to him. And we're going to turn now to the breaking news overnight. In the case of the Hawaii doctor accused of trying to kill his wife, a jury finding Gerhard Koenig guilty of attempted manslaughter based on mental or emotional disturbance. Trevor Alt joins us with more on the story. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, Michael. And Dr. Koenig sat like this for a full minute after this verdict was read. He had taken the stand for hours, insisting he never attacked his wife, but the jury believes he did, and he is now a convicted felon.
Has the jury reached a verdict in this case?
This morning, the Hawaii anesthesiologist accused of trying to kill his wife during a hike on her birthday has been found guilty.
We, the jury in this case, finds the defendant guilty of attempted manslaughter based upon extreme mental or emotional disturbance.
Dr. Gerhard Koenig burying his face in his hands as the court read the verdict.
The verdict of the jury is indeed unanimous.
Prosecutors said after Dr. Koenig's wife Ariel had an emotional affair, he tried pushing her off this steep cliffside in Oahu and then tried injecting her with a syringe before bashing her head repeatedly with a jagged rock.
I'm saying, what the are you doing? Get off me. And he's saying, like, you're done.
Dr. Koenig had claimed his wife attacked him first, and he hit her twice in self-defense, even taking the stand to testify.
Did you ever want to hurt her that day?
No.
Okay. You reacted to defend yourself in the heat of that moment. You said yes?
Yes. He said immediately after that fight, he felt suicidal. And while he denies ever admitting to wrongdoing, his son testified that minutes after the incident, his father called him and confessed.
That Ari, my stepmom, had been cheating on him and that he tried to kill her.
The jury of 7 women and 5 men deliberated for 8 hours. Dr. Koenig had been charged with attempted murder, but the jury instead convicted him of a lesser charge. Attempted manslaughter based upon extreme mental or emotional disturbance. That carries a maximum sentence of 20 years. He'd previously been facing the possibility of life in prison.
We hope that the verdict today brings Ariel the next step into closure and she can close the chapter on this part of her life.
And Dr. Koenig's attorney says they respect the verdict, but they will appeal. The sentencing has been set for August. Guys.
All right, thank you, Trevor. And let's bring in ABC News chief legal analyst Dan Abrams. Dan, thank you for joining us this morning. Why might the jury have convicted him on a lesser charge?
Yeah, this is clearly a compromise verdict. The jury clearly did not believe the defense, right? The defense here was this was self-defense. They rejected that. But they still believed that he was trying to kill her, but under some extreme emotional or mental distress. And when you actually listen to the juror, they talk about, well, we didn't think that he was necessarily intending it. Yeah. And yes, there was this emotional piece of it. So jurors definitely accepted a little piece of his defense, but not the majority of it.
And did taking the stand in his own defense, testifying on his own defense, did that play a role, you think?
Yeah, look, I've heard some people say that they think that that was a mistake, right? Why would he have testified? I think he kind of had to testify in this case. I mean, you have the victim here testifying and talking about what happened to her. You have 2 witnesses talking about what they saw. You have his son testifying against him. I think if he hadn't testified, he would have been in actually a worse position than he was. Now, did the jurors accept his testimony? No. But I think that in the end, it may have been the difference between that murder conviction and manslaughter.
So does he have a chance on appeal?
It's always tough on appeal. And remember, what he's actually challenging on appeal is not the jury's verdict, but the judge's rulings, right? So on appeal, they're going to be saying the judge made mistakes in allowing certain evidence to be admitted, and as a result, he didn't get a fair trial.
Well, he faces a maximum of 20 years in prison. How long do you
He'll
think
get
he
a
gets?
lot less.
Think he'll get a lot less?
He'll get a lot less than that. I mean, that's really the max. You know, we don't know exactly. He could get probation, by the way, technically.
Wow.
But as a practical matter, I think it'll be somewhere in that in-between range. You know, 8 years, 10 years, 12 years, something like that.
You know, some of the audience probably is going, what?
Yeah.
Why do you think it's going to be so much less?
Yeah, because when you're talking about the maximum sentence,
Right.
it's very, very rare that a judge will ever give the very maximum. Remember, this is also attempted, not murder or manslaughter, and B, not attempted murder. In the end, he was convicted of this lesser crime of attempted manslaughter, so the jurors clearly sending a message here that this is not the worst of the crimes that he was charged with.
Yeah. Well, your insight and perspective always so helpful.
Oh, thank you.
Good
Good to be here.
Good to have you, Dan. Now, with the sentencing of the so-called ketamine queen, the woman who admitted to providing the drugs that led to the death of Friends star Matthew Perry. And Larry, I know you have more.
Yes, Robin. 15 years. That is how long Yasveen Sangha will spend in prison. The sentencing comes 2.5 years after Perry overdosed on drugs she supplied.
This morning, a convicted drug dealer so prolific she's dubbed the ketamine queen, officially beginning her prison sentence for providing the lethal dose of the powerful anesthetic that killed Friends star Matthew Perry. Yasveen Sangha sentenced to 15 years behind bars on 5 federal counts, including distribution of ketamine resulting in death. Prosecutors allege Sangha profited from Perry's history of addiction, saying she knew and disregarded the grave harm her conduct was causing. Perry's family speaking out outside the courtroom.
You'd have to have a heart of stone to wake up every morning and make a business out of feeding off the addictions of vulnerable people who are desperate for drugs.
Sangha, the last of 5 defendants in the case, to plead guilty.
99 out of 100 federal judges in America are going to see it exactly the same way that this judge did. The person that's putting all these things in motion, the person that is making all the money, that's the person who is almost always going to take the biggest hit.
For 10 seasons, Matthew Perry made us laugh as Chandler Bing.
And when I dance, I look like this.
But off camera, the actor faced the dark reality of substance abuse. He opened up to our Diane Sawyer a year before his untimely death.
You say, addiction, the big terrible thing, is far too powerful for anyone to defeat alone. But together, one day at a time, we can beat it down.
Your disease is just outside, just doing one-arm push-ups, just waiting for you, waiting to get you alone.
So tough to hear. Attorneys for the ketamine queen, Yasveen Sangha, say they are bitterly disappointed in her sentence. Sentencings are still on the way for 2 more convicted co-defendants, another drug dealer and Perry's former personal assistant. Robin?
Oh, that is so sad.
It is.
It really
Sure
is.
is.
Thank you.
Play of the daytime. Sammy promised 2 puppy videos.
And I can deliver, George. And, you know, be ready to pick your favorite. It's okay.
Okay.
All right, first up, sometimes you need a friend to lend a helpful hand or a paw. Spring is in the air, and we know folks are working on their gardens. Meet our favorite 96-year-old gardening grandma getting a helping hand from Chewy, the Newfoundland. All grandma has to do is point with her cane, and Chewy handles the rest. Look at that. Right there. Digging the perfect hole for planting beautiful flowers.
Look at
Granddaughter posting the caption saying he knows exactly what she's saying, and the American Kennel Club, ladies and gentlemen, agrees. Writing, you're doing amazing, Chewy.
Wow.
Come on.
How can you beat that?
All right. Number 2, now switching gears to an impatient pup, if you will. You never know what you're going to see when you're walking down the street. Take a look at what one passerby discovered in a parked car. A doodle, heavy on the horn. The pup literally bouncing on the car horn, eagerly awaiting for its owner to return. One viewer online channeling our impatient pup going, "Come on, Mom, I haven't got all day." It is super cute, but I want to remind you, because this is in, I think, Ireland. As our temperatures get warmer, please make sure you don't leave your pets in your car.
Yeah.
Want to say that out loud?
Make it a dog was like crack a window.
Yeah,
right, so which was the favorite?
I'm taking door number one.
I like door number one.
All right, one.
I like them both. It's hard to choose between pups.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the horn honking. I'm an impatient.
Oh, you are? We didn't know that about you.
Shocking, right? This just in, breaking news. Coming up, we've got our GMA home run road trip. It's rounding third. That's the sports term.
Oh, is it?
Rounding third.
Good to know.
We're in Philly this morning. Will Gans is there and he's got a bunch of friends with him. Come on back to GMA.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Breaking news. Iran claims the critical Strait of Hormuz is now open. This morning, more questions as the fragile ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran is tested.
No pressure from mahjong nights to book clubs. Is soft socializing the new way to meet people? How the growing trend could be the key to new friendships.
Style fit for Queen, celebrating the fashion legacy of Queen Elizabeth. From her coronation dress to her wedding dress, we're taking you inside Buckingham Palace for a first look at the historic exhibit. April Fools? Halloween in spring? What Home Depot just launched, they're going bigger than ever.
And Scrub star Judy Reyes is here.
How dare you?
Talking about the revival and high potential as we say, Good Morning America. Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Thursday. Good Morning America.
It's chilly here in NYC, but we're walking on sunshine. Good morning, America. Our home run road trip, stopping in Philadelphia. Some Phillies fans woke up early to be with our Will Gans and the Philly fanatic. They're tasting some of the ballpark's best bites.
Philadelphia, I don't know if they ever go to sleep out there. But also ahead, Tori Johnson is here with spring fun deals and steals with some big savings on sneakers, cooling apparel, and more. Plus, you're going to meet the founder of one incredible organization giving hope to kids living in the foster care system. He did it all before turning 20 years old.
That is
Amazing.
a great story. First look at the top stories breaking today. We start with the latest on the ceasefire with Iran. I want to go back to our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, with some breaking news. Mary, Iran now claiming the Strait of Hormuz is open.
Yeah, George, after refusing to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, Iran now says the critical waterway is open. That, of course, was President Trump's top demand for this ceasefire. But Iran is still accusing the U.S. of not holding up its end of the deal. The point of contention here is Israel's ongoing strikes against Hezbollah targets in Lebanon. Iran says Lebanon was not included in this truce, but the U.S. and Israel say Lebanon was never a part of the ceasefire deal. Vice President J.D. Vance, who's now supposed to be leading negotiations and who's eager to tout this ceasefire as a win, is chalking this up to a misunderstanding, saying, quote, no ceasefire ever goes without a little bit of choppiness. Now, negotiations on a lasting agreement to end the war were set to begin this weekend in Pakistan, but now the Iranian president says unless Israel stops striking Lebanon, negotiations to end this war would be meaningless, adding our hands remain on the trigger. And overnight, President Trump is also increasing the pressure, posting that all U.S. forces will remain in place in and around Iran until a final deal is reached. And if not, he's warning, quote, the shooting starts bigger and better and stronger than anyone has ever seen before. Michael.
All right. Thank you, Mary. Now to an arrest and the fire at a California warehouse full of paper products. The arson suspect posted a video of himself starting the fire and complaining about low wages. Hannah Battah is here with the story. Good morning, Hannah.
Good morning, Michael. And investigators are now looking into that video that appears to show the suspect who worked at the warehouse starting the massive fire while saying, there goes your inventory. This morning, police investigating this video appearing to show the start of a massive fire that destroyed a Kimberly-Clark warehouse outside Los Angeles this week.
All you had to do was pay us enough to live.
The footage posted on a Facebook account that appears to be associated with the arson suspect, an employee of a third-party distributor for the company, according to a coworker.
There goes your inventory.
The warehouse filled with paper products from Scott to Kleenex to Huggies diapers, a worker told ABC, all that inventory further fueling the inferno.
The resulting blaze burning for hours, tearing through the 1.2 million square foot distribution center around the size of 11 city blocks. Flames seen for miles, the roof collapsing.
The fire behavior that they were experiencing inside and the rapid spread of that fire for such a large building, to move that quickly, that was one indication that it could possibly be an arson of nature.
Officials say about 20 employees were inside at the time. One person initially reported missing.
That employee was later found. We did make a connection that employee that was missing and found was confirmed to be the suspect.
That suspect, 29-year-old Chamel Abdul Karim, was arrested on multiple felony arson-related charges and is currently being held without bail. Fortunately, firefighters were able to contain the blaze to the building and no injuries were reported.
Kimberly-Clark did acknowledge its supply chain was impacted by the blaze, but did not confirm which products were affected, saying in a statement that it is working to mitigate any short-term disruptions. Robin?
That's senseless destruction right there, Hannah. Thank you. Forget Christmas in July. How about Halloween in April? Elizabeth Schulze is back with a major retailer who says it's never too early. I don't know about that.
You know, this is the holiday countdown, Robin, that we did not know we needed. Okay, guys, there are 205 days until Halloween. Home Depot says we've got to start thinking about buying those costumes and decorations now. So the retailer just launched its Halfway to Halloween limited collection. It features a 9-foot LED T-Rex, $400, and other LED animated skeletons for between $130 and $300. These holiday promotions really are creeping earlier and earlier every year. This is part of a strategy from retailers. We have seen the cost of decorations go up, in part because of tariffs. Retailers are kicking off their promos extra early to try to lure in those shoppers who are price sensitive. Now, Home Depot CEO did actually recently warn that its sales are flat because consumers are putting off some of those big purchases for their homes amid the economic uncertainty. Home Depot is also upgrading as part of this its signature 12-foot skeleton named Skelly. So just for scale, here's how big Skelly's dog is compared to the one and only Shaquille O'Neal. This was here in the GMA studio back in July 2024. You can see him kind of playing with Gio there. Apparently the upgraded Skelly will have some new voice features, and you can also attach Bluetooth on your phone and control its movements.
Oh, well.
So, you know, obviously that's worth the upgrade. But just in case you were wondering or you forgot from that moment, Shaq did name its dog Barkley.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Barky.
Charles got caught now. Okay.
Always does.
You know, the other option is just to keep the decorations throughout all year, like never put them away, and then you don't have to keep shopping 6 months early.
That's one way of looking at it.
Yeah, I don't want to be your neighbors. All right, please.
Thank you, Elizabeth. We appreciate you. Coming up on our GMA Morning Menu, the new approach to making new friends. Why more and more people are doing something called soft socializing, meeting people through activities, you know, like pickleball and mahjong.
Also, we're going inside Buckingham Palace for a first look at a new exhibit showcasing the fashion legacy of the late Queen Elizabeth II.
Plus, high potential and Scrubs star Judy Reyes is here. Yeah, we cannot wait to hear from her about the big finale Tuesday night and why Zach Braff says this season of Scrubs will go out with a bang. And Larry and Sam are with a great guest. Hey, you two.
Oh, we're having so much fun. Michael, you know those spaces in your home that feel tough to style or you have a lot of knickknacks, you're unsure what to do with them? This is the guy. Benjamin Reynard is here with your answers.
Now, zoom in on this plant because I've fallen in love with the maidenhair fern. He brought it in. I can't wait to show you. And this is his book, The Layered Home. We'll talk about it all when we come back.
Look, he's judging already.
Yeah.
He's judging. We're going to help you judge on GMA.
With our GMA cover story on the trend known as soft socializing. More and more people are relying on low-pressure activities as a way to meet new friends as an adult. GMA lifestyle contributor Lori Bergamoto is here. Tell us all about it. Got our interest.
Oh, good. I'm glad, because if making new friends has felt a little harder in adulthood, probably not for anybody here, you are not alone. There's good news, though, you guys. A new trend is making it a whole lot easier and a lot less awkward by skipping forced small talk and bringing people together around shared interests and activities.
Making new friends can be hard, but soft socializing can make it easier.
Soft socialization is basically choosing events to go to that have low pressure. A lot of them are activities that we love to go to, but we don't feel the pressure to socialize, especially in the traditional ways.
The new trend, taking the pressure off awkward first encounters by pairing meet and greets with activities, from pickleball to mahjong, book clubs, and knitting clubs.
I'm very appreciative because while I went for knitting help, I keep going back because I absolutely love everyone in the group.
Where Hunter Dyson, Amanda Vaught, and Jean Burke developed their special friendship.
It quickly became like one of my favorite groups of people because it was so low key. Like you could show up, there was no pressure. You know, when you're a mom and you work full time, you get really busy. And so it was just a really easy way to meet new people and talk.
We have this really strong bond with each other. We all have the same wants of friendship and community and just a place to sit and relax and not think about what's going on in the world.
There's even new businesses catering to the trend, like the New York-based Happy Medium, where you can select art-based projects from a menu. If you're interested in soft socializing, Dr. Melanie Mills says the first step is just signing up.
So get over the hump, remind yourself that you do have the courage to do it, and I'm telling you, it'll be well worth it.
And with pickleball growth up 23% in the last year, beginner craft activities up 34%, and Mahjong event searches up 365%. This might be the friendship cheat code we all need: less pressure, more connection, and even a fun new hobby while you're at it.
Pretty good.
So what do you guys think? Should we all?
It's good for your brain and apparently good for your social life now.
It is.
You've been ahead of the curve.
Yeah, little did I know. But I have this Mahjong group and I've met so many wonderful women.
Wow.
It's fantastic. And every weekend you end up having these great conversations that aren't forced. So I do think that this is a trend, and I'm so glad you're talking about it.
Yeah, you come for the activity, you stay for the friendship.
Yep.
It's great.
Oh,
So when are we going to soft socialize, guys? What are we going to do?
But we're doing it now.
Sorry,
we have this show in common.
We can't fit anybody else on the couch.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm trying to stay in my tiny box.
Thank you, Lori. Thank you. We're going to move on now to our home run road trip. Americans headed back to ballparks for the new baseball season. We're taking a look at some of the best food at stadiums across the country. Will Gantz is in Philly. Hey, Will.
Hey, George. Good morning to you, and welcome to the home of the Phillies. Citizens Bank Park quickly becoming my home away from GMA. The last time I was here was with the Savannah Bananas. They were doing backflips over me. Today, I'm the one flipping out because we have some Phillies legends with us. Milt Thompson, Dickie Knowles, Mickey Morandini are here. And another legend you might recognize, the Fanatic, is here as well. But I want to introduce this guy right here, Vani Negron, who is the head chef here at Citizens Bank Park. Thrilled to have you here. All right, some of this food has had all of our mouths watering all morning long. Why don't we start with the Sanchez sliders?
Of course. So we partnered with 3 of our players. Christopher Sanchez, our Sanchez sliders is a honey stung chicken tender, hot spice blend, Golo's pickles, garlic aioli, and Mike's hot honey on a potato bun.
Hot honey, chicken.
And the good thing about these items are they benefit their individual charities. So this benefits Christopher Sanchez's Clínica de la Familia in his community in La Ramona, in his hometown.
Love that. Love that. That's amazing. And then let's talk about the sweeper.
The sweeper. Jesus Lizardo benefits his family's foundation, the Lizardo Foundation. He came up with a cheesesteak stuck to the Philly vibe, a pizza steak with pepperoni and provolone cheese.
And I think when the Fanatic does that, it means that he wants a bite. We'll get you some. We'll get you some.
You can have whatever you want.
Saving, in my opinion, maybe the best for last. I mean, the Schwarbaum Sundae. What is going on here?
This is with Kyle's foundation. Kyle had a say in what we're producing. It's a Richmond vanilla ice cream soft serve with a deep fried strawberry Uncrustable, strawberry sauce, and fruity cereal.
I mean, I like all of those things. I never would have thought to put them in the same dish.
They really work. It really works together. You'll be surprised how good that is. It's really good. It's really good.
No, I don't think I'm going to be surprised. It looks amazing. I'm sure it tastes amazing as well.
This benefits Schwarber's Neighborhood Heroes, and Schwarber's also getting ready to do a Schwarber Block Party May 10th. Here in Philadelphia, a union transfer.
Is that my official invite to come back? I want to thank the Citizens Ballpark bankers for being here, all these members of the Philly organization that are here, and I know you guys have a Schwarbaum Sundae there, and I actually found something out pretty amazing this morning. When it comes to ballpark food, calories don't count, and that is science, you guys. So please, dig in there.
New research, just in.
Thank you. Sam, you did the taste test.
Yeah.
It was good. I gotta say, it does
calories.
0 calories, but it does everything you want.
Thank you, Will.
Yes, thank you, Will.
The time has come for Deals in Steals. Tori Johnson's here with what you need to enjoy the spring. Good morning to you, Tori. You bring some shine to us.
How about we're starting with Allbirds?
Yeah, great shoes.
Super comfortable sneakers for kind of any activity that you're going on. So the ones that you're holding right there are the tree runners, and those are the ones that people say it's kind of like walking on clouds. It's obviously, it's very lightweight, super supportive, breathable. That's your kind of like best-selling, timeless classic, go anywhere shoe. This one right here is my favorite. This is the Dasher. So whether you want a slip-on or a lace-up, you kind of just slip into comfort. That's the Dasher, my favorite. And then the others right down, all the way down in that front there, those are the Cruiser. Yep,
those
that
nice
style.
little summer
Those look good
cute.
too. That's the Cruiser for kind of, again, any activity, even heading to work. Everything from Allbirds, 50% off.
50% off.
We like
Great
that.
deal right there.
Okay. I don't know about you, but allergies have nearly knocked me out this season. And so this is a really terrific air purifier from Miko. We've got it going on in here too. My nose always runs in the studio. So this is actually quite helpful. Brad told me that he travels with, with an air purifier. He's like, if I go into an Airbnb, I want to make sure that, you know, that air's good quality. So whatever floats your boat, you want to take
Things
one
you
of your...
learn about people on this show.
There you go. But dust, allergens, pollen will be literally sucked out of the air when you use this. This one's good for rooms that are up to about 770 square feet. So you want to make sure that you're buying something for the appropriate space or it's not going to give you the results you desire. But I also like that this is a very sleek design, fits in anywhere. And it's 60% off.
60% off. Hey, get a carbon monoxide detector too, Brad, when you travel.
If you're traveling, of course. Okay. How about fill your kitchen? This like says spring to me right here. These bowls I love because it's got that lip, that pour lip right in front there. And in that bowl, you can prep, serve, and then store. So much great functionality out of these beautifully designed bowls. We also have these really great cutting boards. It's a nice, thick, durable material. It's also great because it resists moisture.
Yeah.
So it's better. It will withstand any of the knives that you put on it. So these are great. The utensils are fabulous. We even have beautiful, sleek kitchen scales. So if you're doing some kind of precision cooking, the kitchen scales are fabulous. The entire assortment with even more online. There's colanders. There's like, you name it. You want to add beauty to your kitchen this spring, it's all slashed in half.
You know, and Brad travels with a cutting board too.
All right. The cat's pajamas. These are beautiful.
Great.
Yes, it's a really beautiful Peruvian Pima cotton, super soft.
Wow.
This confetti print is one of their best sellers. It's like a festive, fun confetti print. Queen Bee, their most popular pattern. My personal favorite, this blue one over here. Angels Among Us, right?
As you are.
Wouldn't you? Would you buy me the Queen Bee or the Angels Among Us?
You're an angel.
Oh, all right.
But you're also a queen, so I don't know.
That's right. It's difficult. Maybe you'd spring for both.
Yeah, why not?
Especially when they're 50% off.
I got you, Tori.
There you go. There you go.
Great, though.
All right. How about Mission? This is a cooling towel. No matter how hot you get or the reasons that you're getting hot, whether you are on the golf course,
Usually it's a golf course.
You do? They're so smart. So wet, wring, and wave. That's all you have to do. So you wet it with water. Yep. And it stays super cool, and it will cool your body temperature. And what I also love about all of their products, the hats have UPS 50 sun protection in the fabric. So the same cooling technology in all of the hats. We've got bucket hats, visors, these baseball hats. Like, we've got a big variety of styles. Again, it could be a hot flash. It could be the kids going to summer camp. These are just great to be able to keep in someone's bag, including the gaiters are really great too.
Yep.
For around, you can wear them around your neck. You can wear it as a headband. Big variety of options on these. Everything from Mission today, slashed in half.
It's hot out there. Those things, they're really effective.
Yes. It'll stay cool for about 2 hours, and then you just re-wet it and start over. And then finally, from Keens, we've got these really awesome strollers for any adventure. So whether it's 2 or 4 seaters, Big variety of options, super spacious interior, but then folds down compact for easy transit to be able to pop it in the trunk or to take it out to start over. These large canopies can be removed, but then they also have this built-in mosquito net for extra protection for the kids, and you can push or pull depending on the terrain you're on. So you can steer it like a stroller or pull it like a wagon. All-terrain wheels. These also have 5-point safety harnesses, and Michael, they are 50% off.
50% off. This is when I wish Gary was here.
Aww.
We miss you, Gary. Tori, thank you as always. You guys, we partner with these companies on these great products. You can get them at gmadeals.com, and that QR code on the screen, that'll take you there as well. Coming up, Judy Reyes is here talking scrubs and high potential when we come back. Welcome back to GMA, live from New York City.
And welcome back to a look at the style legacy of Queen Elizabeth II. To celebrate the 100th anniversary of her birth, Buckingham Palace is staging an exhibition. Maggie really got an inside look. Good morning, Maggie.
Hey, George, good morning. Yeah, this exhibit is really unlike anything we have ever seen before. 9 decades of the Queen's fashion, from her elegant gowns to her off-duty looks in the countryside, even these never-before-seen sketches of designs with notes from the Queen. Guys, you can really see and feel the Queen's impact. Oh my gosh.
This morning, we're getting an early look at the legacy of Queen Elizabeth as a fashion icon.
Wow, these are incredible.
Yes.
A lot of them make a statement.
They do. I think she was quite fearless in her choice of millinery.
The Queen, perhaps an unlikely fashionista, sitting front row next to Anna Wintour at London Fashion Week in 2018, gracing the cover of Vogue during her Platinum Jubilee. Her looks spanning decades of influence.
Her role wearing these pieces around the world was really fundamental to the initial success of British couture.
Now for the first time, the largest and most comprehensive collection of Queen Elizabeth's fashion ever. Queen Elizabeth II, Her Life and Style, a new exhibition inside Buckingham Palace. Around 300 items, more than half on display for the very first time, from every decade of her life.
It's amazing because you have this cute little yellow baby tutu dress.
From birth and princess to her coronation dress the day she became queen.
And then there's this dress, her coronation dress. When you can see the sparkle from across the room, it's still incredible.
It is. It looks almost as fresh as the day it was made back in 1953.
Her wedding dress when she married Prince Philip.
Wow, look at this.
It's still stunning.
Oh, it's incredible.
Couture evening wear, a white gown worn at a state banquet for President Eisenhower in 1957. And everywhere at the exhibit, color.
Standing out in a crowd was really important. People turned out to see her. She would be visible and they would have that connection to her.
And it was just amazing to see the details on those dresses up close. And guys, the conservator who works on them told us that due to the degradation of the silk, this could be the very last time anyone is able to see the Queen's wedding dress displayed in this way. Really just incredible, guys.
It does look that way. All right, Elizabeth, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Okay, we're excited to have Judy Reyes here. She has been pulling double duty on High Potential and the Scrubs revival. Judy, it's great to have you here on GMA.
Welcome.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I know. Oh, I was just telling you, High Potential, the season finale. Do not tell me. I know it's Tuesday night because I've been watching, but already picked up for season 3. Not surprising at all. Where do you see your character going?
I have no idea where she's going to go. I know that she's committed to helping Morgan find Roman and how that's going to impact her relationship with her daughter. So I know that that's going to keep going because she's loyal to Morgan and the team, and she's also obsessed with it as well.
Ooh. Okay, look at your eyes. There's more to it.
I honestly don't know. They haven't told us a thing. And,
oh, really?
We have no idea what's going to happen in season
There's so many areas.
It could go so many different ways.
It's a great show.
I think that's one of the exciting things about.
All right. So when we last saw you in September, I think it was when you were last year, we were getting ready to kind of go through the whole season. Now you've been a detective on one show. You've been a nurse on the other show. If you weren't the wonderful, successful actress and you had to choose one of those careers, Which one would you choose to fit your personality?
I think detective.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think at my age, I don't want to deal with like blood and gore and the heartbreak of, people sick all around me. I'm a little delicate that way, but I like being in charge and I like telling people what to do. Although Carla does that too. So
yes, she does that too.
It's an option, but I think if I had to choose one before the other, it would definitely be like lieutenant.
Okay. Well, it's a win-win
Yes,
either way.
it's a
Either
win-win.
way. Can we see a little bit of Scrubs? Can we see? Can we see?
Yep.
Let's take a look right now.
You know why I didn't invite you to the barbecue?
Turk said it's because last time I ate too much of the collard greens.
I can see through your doctor face. I've always been able to. You're scared. Like that first week when I named you Bambi and placed all your IVs for you. You're afraid of moving on. But if I keep coddling you and inviting you to all the comfy, familiar barbecues, you're never gonna find the life that's waiting for you.
Oh, that was such a tender
She's so
moment.
wise.
I know.
Yeah, she
oh
is.
my gosh, Zach is something else. And
Zach is something else.
It has been so much fun.
It's
I'm sure-
always fun. It's an enormous amount of work. Then that's what it takes to make
Yeah.
a show that's as successful and as part of television history as Scrubs. But it's always fun.
And to bring it back.
And to bring it back.
Which I think we needed.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's
turns
because
out.
it feels so good just to sit back and watch for a while.
It does. Okay, so you're not going to tell us about the season finale.
No, I won't.
You already got in trouble with Zach.
I
didn't
did.
you?
I got
Didn't
in
you?
trouble with Zach because, people kept asking me and I just kept spilling the tea. And I'm seeing on Reddit that you're telling people that A, B, and C is going to happen. I'm like, I'm sorry. So now I don't say a thing. Don't ask me.
No,
I'm not telling you.
Well, you're now on ABC,
Yes.
so please tell it. No. Not giving it up.
You can tell them you
I
had
can.
to.
I don't want to get
no.
in trouble. I don't want to
No.
get texted right after I get out of here.
Can we? I mean, I've watched. We watch, but now I think a younger generation is watching, and there's proof in that even your son has been watching Scrubs. And didn't he just text you about? I mean, we don't want to give away the finale, but wasn't his text about the finale?
Well, his text was about high potential, but he started picking it up during COVID. As a lot of young people in the younger generation did, and I started getting like a whole crop of 20 and 30 somethings obsessed with the show. I remember going to the actor strike, and I had this young man show me a tattoo that said, "I'm no Superman."
Get out.
Oh, no.
And he was like barely 30, and it was like, you don't understand, that show got me through so much. And I find that that's what the show seems to do for a lot of people.
And what do you think now with it coming back? What do you
I think with
it's
it
doing?
coming back, the excitement is even more palpable with the old fans and the new fans, and people have responded incredibly. So I'm grateful.
And watching as a family, I mean, it feels like to me that all generations can watch it, and it's one of those things that to me it's kind of important to have those moments.
I think so. The journey is the same, right? Life can be pretty messed up and pretty confusing and pretty hard.
Yeah.
But if you don't laugh through it, there's just no real community and there's no real support. And that's what Bill Lawrence is committed to in terms of telling the story, not in only Scrubs, but in all his shows.
Yeah. You know what? You are enormously talented. And you're what so many, I have a nephew who's now an actor, and he looks to someone like you. You are a working actor.
I am.
You have been. What has been your secret sauce?
I think keep it moving is one of the things that one of my closest friends and peers tells me. Keep it moving and use everything that happens in your life, in your work, and continue to practice your art, even if you're not working in the way that I'm working. Continue to create, because that's kind of what sustains you and gives you life.
That's a lesson for all of us, whether it's acting or whatnot. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And we love having you on the show. Everybody on the set always loves it when you're here.
Oh, I know. It's so fun.
We can tell everybody that you can stream all episodes of High Potential. It is so good.
The finale just happened. Check it out. I won't tell you.
Okay.
I'm just going to watch it at lunch.
And the Scrubs finale airs next Wednesday, April 15th. Oh, tax day on ABC, 8 p.m. Eastern.
You need some joy for that
You're
one.
going to need it.
And it's going to stream the next day on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
Now on GMA with our Finding Forever series, shining a light on the organizations working to support adoption and foster care systems nationwide. Joining us this morning is the founder of one of those organizations, 20-year-old Jack Edward Smick. And Jack Edward, thank you for joining me this morning here on GMA. And you were in the foster care system for 5 years, from 5 to 10 years old, and then you were adopted. The same year you started your Bags for Buddies program because you wanted to improve the lives and experience of those kids in foster care. Tell us about that.
So yes, going through the foster care system for about 5 years or so, you know, their main priority is to get you out of the situation I was in because it's not a positive outlook. And in doing so, they would put all my belongings in black trash bags as well as any other children that were being relocated or removed. And over time, I realized how demoralizing that made me feel and how that doesn't bring a lot of hope to another child possibly.
Wow.
So now that as I got older, I was realizing, is there something I can do to make the path I took a little easier and a little brighter, a little more hopeful for other children? And one of the ways was getting rid of the trash bag and bringing in something such as a backpack with supplies to make it not only easier and more friendly for the children, but the parents as well.
Well, I just saw Sam Champion back there, you know, give a little dance because I think what you're doing is really amazing. And to come up with that when you were so young, why did is it important to you to take action in this way?
You know, personally, in the moment, I didn't feel like anyone was taking action. I didn't have a decision, I didn't have a voice, I didn't have a choice. They were just trying to do what's best for me. And as I got older, I looked for control, and one of the things I could control is helping other children feel that they had a voice, that they were noticed, that they were wanted. Because in that moment, you might not feel wanted. I mean, you're not living what you want to be doing.
And this year marked the 10th anniversary of Bags for Buddies. Did you think you'd be doing this 10 years later?
I did not think I'd be doing this 10 years later. I will not lie. It was very small when it started. My mother helped me start it. And now that I'm older, I'm realizing since I'm still going, I want to get it as big as possible.
Well, you're doing a great job on that. And on top of all this, you wrote a memoir called Your Biggest Opponent. And what do you hope people get from this story? What message do you want them to take from it?
You know, most people are meeting me now that I'm more in a successful aspect of my life. I'm in a more positive outlook. I'm a happier. But I want them to realize there was a process to that and what I did come from, because people that were in my previous situation feel like they're just going to become a statistic. They're not going to have a good outlook on their life. And the book is to show that there is always an upside to the downsides, and there's always a way to persevere through everything going on.
Well, you're 20 years old, man, and I'm so excited to see what the future holds for you. And I love that you brought your family here with you as well. They're so excited back there for you, as excited as we are to have you here. So, Jack Edward, thank you.
Thank you
so
very much,
man. Absolute pleasure to have you here. And they really appreciate you. And let's go to Ginger. Hey, Ginger.
Thank you, Michael. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Now, WrestleMania is known as the Super Bowl of the WWE, and now it is stepping into the Ring of Love. We can exclusively reveal ESPN will host a first-of-its-kind WWE-themed wedding experience in Las Vegas. 5 couples will become tag teams for life. Here's WWE superstar The Miz, who will officiate.
5 epic WWE-style weddings for superfan couples ready to say, I do, Miz Style. Because in WWE and in love, when it's awesome, it lasts forever. And that's awesome!
So fun. Nuptials take place on April 16th. Then catch WrestleMania 42 on the ESPN app, and on April 18th and 19th, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Coming up, we're going to help you transform your home, your house into a home. Let's do that with simple styling tips from the master. Benjamin Reynard is here to help. Let's go thrifting, shall we? Absolutely. Styling, thrifting, it's all coming up on GMA. I'm just absolutely relishing this book. It is so beautiful. If you are looking for a spring home refresh, you may have trouble making your space look cool instead of cluttered, this is the place to start. Market Director of Elle Decor, Benjamin Reynard, is here with some simple tips as we celebrate his new book. It is so beautiful. It's called The Layered Home, and I cannot get enough of it. Congratulations. It's just so beautiful. You really bring these rooms to life, and you're so good at explaining how to do it. First of all, just explain to our viewers how you define the layered home. It doesn't mean cluttered or messy at all.
Not at all. The layered home really is about collecting things that you love and really reflecting your own personal taste and style at home.
And that's, we talk about it all the time. I love thrifting and going antique hunting, and these pieces really do make your house so uniquely yours, much more so in a way than going to a big box store.
Absolutely. I think you should have fun with it, and you are the master thrifter, and who better to talk to?
Thank you.
And I love a little bit of questionable taste. So I say go for it. If you love something,
Embrace
collect
the weird.
it. Exactly.
Embrace the weird, we say. You've created a beautiful gallery wall for us. Look at this. I love this wall so much because I just want to move in, frankly. But these are actually your pieces.
Yeah.
And you've created this wall super quickly. Tell us a little bit about how you did it and how to create dimension on what is otherwise a flat wall.
Absolutely. I love a good gallery wall, Lara, and I always say use the whole wall. Don't be afraid to fill the space.
Yeah.
It really helps to create that layered look. And if you have tabletop or plates or textiles, bring it off the table, off the floor, and put it on the wall.
Yeah, you love like a small rug can be a beautiful piece of art. It also adds texture.
Exactly.
You love plates, which I fully agree. Plates are so cheap to find at a flea market, especially if they're like a mismatched set. As long as there's like a color coordination, you're not a matchy-matchy guy.
Exactly.
There's just sort of a vibe that you create. What advice do you have to people that feel a little bit overwhelmed going to an antique market or a flea market and trying to do this?
I just always recommend really like refining your eye. You know, Diana Vreeland said the eye must travel. When you're on a trip, like if you find an interesting maker or creative, pick their products up. Like I always recommend shopping in person. Makes such a big difference.
Rather than buying online.
And really connect with what you're buying. And everything here reminds me of either a trip or a friend or an artist. And I think three-dimensional objects like brackets, even plants.
Yeah, brackets are easy to find. And again, they bring the wall out. Same thing with the candle holders. You don't need to electrify these.
No.
But they bring some dimension to the wall. The plant gives a texture. So you're creating this space that's really fun to look at. And it probably did not cost you a lot of money, right?
No, I love a high-low mix, as I know you do too. Yeah. So I like pick things up from tag sales and thrift shops, but I also mix things in, you know, fine objects and things that I love too. So it's all about the mix.
It's all about the mix. Well, let's go to your bookcase because you have some great tips here. If you have a bookcase at home, my favorite thing that you do is that you add paper in the back.
Exactly.
And you don't need to be a professional wallpaper installer to do this.
It's a great tip. You can take leftovers from your other room and cut them to size to fit the backs of your bookshelves. And it really adds another dimension. It adds depth to your bookshelves.
Yep.
And it adds more color and texture.
It sure does. And then also you say don't ever, you know, leave out your loved ones. Add them in. Pictures are not clutter. They're beautiful. It's who you are. How do you do it real quick?
Exactly. We always remove family photos from interiors photo shoots, but I love to live with family photos, family mementos. So, you know, layering in a beautiful framed photo reflects who you are, and that's ultimately what our spaces should be doing.
Absolutely. Make it your nest.
Exactly.
The book is great. It has so many wonderful tips, and it's just really beautiful to look at. This is the author, the man. We love you so much, Ben. The Layered Home is out right now. Check it out. Wait,
How do you guys handle your dishwashers?
That's what we're
discussing
about.
right now. Have a great day.
Fascinating debate.
Oh, Ginger.